Yo, what's up? This is Yuda, aka Sidebrain. I got a new instrument and a MIDI effect rack for techno chords, runs, kind of sequencing arpeggiators for techno and other styles. Let's check it out. Okay, so here's the instrument. Basically, we just have to hit spacebar to start it. Let's hit spacebar. Here it is. We have a bunch of macros, and this is already the full-on instrument. We also have a version just for the sequencer. So this is quite a complex rack. I just play with it a bit, see what it can do. Let's open the filter here. Nice, okay. So let's check it out. I put a link description to my website. You can grab it from there. Let's open up the rack. It's a tiny bit complex. We're gonna go over it. I think there's a lot to learn, just some tricks and stuff, just from the rack itself. So I'm gonna open it up. Nice. Now, the main sequencer here is the rotating rhythm generator. You can get it from the free pack CV tools, just from the Ableton website, or just go under packs, scroll down the bottom, and check out your available packs. You should see it there, CV tools, and you'll find the rotating rhythm generator. Here we just have a basic chord, just essentially a major 7th chord. In this case, it's C major 7th, but we can transpose it from this macro right here. So you can choose whatever root note you want. Nice. Now, we also have this chord selector right here. This is this rack, this chord selector. So I can kind of change it from major to minor. And we can also rotate the order of the notes, of the sequences of the notes. So you can see each note kind of sequenced in a different time division. And we can rotate that. With this macro. Sweet. So here's the chord type itself. That's the actual... And we can transpose everything as we mentioned. Now, for the instrument itself, all of this you also have separated. I gave you another rack here in the pack that is just this sequencer, so you can load whatever instrument you want, like the upright piano. And you can do the same thing with any plugin, whatever it is. Okay, let's go back there. Nice, so the instrument itself, let's open it up. We have a synth and a bass. Here we have volumes for both the synth and the bass. Let's turn down the bass. Here's the synth and the bass. Nice, now the synth itself is layered with poly. This is a free synth you can get from the Creative Extensions pack. Creative Extensions, where is it? Here it is. You can get it from right here, poly. And if you have Ableton 11 Suite, you do need the Ableton 11 Suite for this rack. You will see it also under your instruments. We also have wavetable, so they're both layered together. For the bass, I'm using the bass instrument. This is also from the Creative Extension pack. Everything is free. You just need to download the packs, the Creative Extensions, all these instruments, which are great just to explore regardless of this rack. Nice. Here we have some effects for the instrument itself. So we have LFO, as you can see, just changing the sound constantly to make it more interesting. We have a tiny bit of phaser effect. Here we have a grain delay. Let's listen to that. You have this macro here called grains. Just adding this top layer. So you can check that out. It's a very cool effect to use on voice, on instruments, anything that you need this kind of high layer or lower layer, depends on what you set up in the pitch right here. We have just a reverb. This is mapped to the space knob macro for more or less reverb. Just a EQ8, just some EQ in mid-side in this case. We have some multiband compression. I changed kind of the settings here and I map the time value. Right here, it's the comp time. So if you take it down all the way, it's going to be a bit more plucky. and then all the way to just a more compressed sound. Nice. After that, we just have a glue compressor to soft clip. Then we have some auto pan. This auto pan is set up for kind of sidechain compression effect. So it's mapped to the pump macro. Let's check it out. Then we have a utility for some mid-side balancing right here, just for the mids or just the sides. In the middle, it's just getting both. And lastly, we just have this preset for the glue compressor, just to make everything a tiny bit louder, and of course, just containing the dynamic range. So this is the Techno chord runs. Super fun rack because you can map all these macros and essentially perform with whatever kind of sequences you want. And you can, of course, use these variations right here as well. Let's, for example, start with the root note right here. We can go to a minor third, or the third chord minor. Maybe like a +5 major. Nice. Now, last thing, and you don't even have to have it open, you can just look at it like this. Last thing is, what if we want to capture this in MIDI, in a MIDI clip? So for that, I'm going to open up a new MIDI track. I'm going to get the MIDI from my track with the Techno chord runs. And I'm going to get the the actual MIDI from this instrument track post effects. Now I'm going to arm it and I'm going to record it. And we're going to see the MIDI is being recorded. Here it is. Let's go do some changes here. Right, you can even use the transpose knob right here. So you can capture anything you want. Into the MIDI. And once you finish your performance, you got the MIDI right there, so you can use it on any instrument. You can change it, modify it, whatever you need. So that's a super fun rack, Techno chord runs. Check it out through the link in the description, and I'll catch you next time.